Hey folks, it's me, it's Kat. I'm outdoors in my natural habitat, and today is our first video in this little series of May Your Soul Be With You. And I kind of started off as a bit of a joke because it kind of seemed like a funny thing, you know, May your soul be with you. But to be honest, soul and what it is and why it's important and how our soul is manifest in the life in which we're living is the entirety of my work. That's kind of what I'm here to do on this planet, and that's kind of why I think this is so important. The understanding of soul, the understanding of the deeper essences of ourselves, because it makes this life so much easier. It makes this life so much more joyous and full, and we have so much more possibility when we see ourselves as something that's not just this. So firstly, let's get one thing straight. To understand this discussion about soul, we need to have a quick chat about life, the universe and everything, like you do. So understanding the language that we're going to be using is an understanding that language is not enough. See, we live in a world which is full of things, full of trees and solid things. I can hear a tractor that might be coming this way shortly. Cars, flowers, rocks, me, hand, person, all of that. Car. So, in the understanding of this conversation, we have to understand that everything that we do in this life, every single thing in this experience of existence, is filtered through a perception of solidity, manifested, linear experience. Solidity, manifested, linear experience, which means that for everything we need labels and language and ability to describe and understand the things that we as a vibrational being are translating. So when we get from talking about soul, which is more than this, we have to have a way of bringing it down into manifested, solid, linear understanding of life. And achy bum. So that means when we're in solid, manifested, linear aspect of life like we are, that means that everything that I say has a caveat that my words are not enough to truly label and comprehend something which has been connected to us beyond the point that we are perceiving it here. And so to perceive it here, we have to bring it down. We have to make it into smaller things, smaller labels that are filtered through our own comprehension of being a being in this solid, linear, manifested life. It's caveat number one. So caveat number two is, with that said, we can't understand any of it while we're here. None of it. Because we have only got the ability to perceive and rationalize and comprehend that which is in the vibrational frequency of which we are perceiving it right now. Does that make sense? So the first thing we have to do when we're talking about soul is we have to let go of the belief that we're ever going to understand it while we're kicking around here as humans with achy bums, sitting on stones, making films in fields, sitting on your sofa, drinking a cup of tea, whatever it is. Because that version of you and this version of me only has the ability to comprehend through the filter of this solidity in the life in which we're living. Good. Got it. But it does make it really, really cool. What that does is it takes all the stress away. Life gets really easy. Apart from the cars. 2 cars, in fact. So life gets really easy in the fact that we can understand that this is not it. This is not everything. This is an experience of life. And to bring down my belief and my perception of what soul is, and we're going to be digging a lot deeper into this over this month, my perception, my understanding, my filtering is that the soul is the greater aspect of ourselves that is witnessing the experience of ourselves being. Cool, that. So the soul is the greater aspect of ourselves that is witnessing the experience of us being. So that means that whatever we are experiencing in this solid, manifested, linear world, we are experiencing, this human cat here, this version of me, is the experiencer of it. And if we think of our soul as the witnesser of that experience of being, that means that there is an element of us that is beyond this, that was before this, that is part of the not this. And so then that opens the door to all sorts of queries and questions and understandings of not thisness. And the not thisness, like the not yet solidness, state of being, state of perception, is such a magical place to be. Because once we actually experience life and we get it down into this solid, manifest, linear experience of life, it is solid. It takes a lot of shifting, it takes a lot of moving. We've got rules for it, we've got perceptions of it, we've got I can and I can'tnesses of it. But if we allow ourselves to stay in the understanding that there's a soul within us that is witnessing all of that, that is more than that, that brought into this experience of life an essence of itself that it wished to experience and witness the experiencing of in this life, then we can go back to that root of that root. And at the root of that root, everything can blossom from there. And that's when life truly becomes magical. Because at that point, everything is really kind of simple. There is infinite possibility. And there is infinite possibility of possibility at that point. So that's why I love the work that I do. Because it's my job to hold everybody in that space and return to that space of infinite potential and possibility of the before the solidness. And then making the essence of that real, here, in this solid space. So I'm really excited about this month ahead and more of these investigations. And luckily the tractor hung away a little while We just let the tractor pass. So we're experiencing the tractor, and our soul is witnessing the tractor passing. And our soul is also witnessing my experiencing of the emotion of that tractor passing. Am I frustrated that the tractor's coming by? No. Could have been. But all of those experiences and all of that witnessing is valid, and that's what life is about. It's an experiment. It's a experiencing of life. So with that, I think I'm going to wrap that up today and ask you to let me know what you think of this particular deep dive. Or it's not really, is it? It's kind of a scratch. It's today's scratch at the itch of this wider conversation. It's kind of fun. Okay, so much love. What I would say to you is that I am going to be posting this on my Facebook page. I'm also going to be posting it up on Instagram, probably, if I can figure out the twiddly thing. But I'm also going to be joining in and having a lot more deeper conversations over in my Facebook group, which you can join by going to facebook.com/groups, and then it's WTF Wisdom. Yep, WTF Wisdom. Got it? So if you want to come in and have a deeper conversation, I'm going to be hanging out there a bit more. But this was fun. Yeah, I can't wait to do some more of these. Much love. May your soul be with you. Have fun. Bye for now.